All right. I think we're rolling, Jofre. Are we?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah, I see the recording.
All right. Perfect.
Can
Welcome
you hear me
back.
good?
We
What's
haven't done
up?
a long form podcast for like 2 months, my friend. What's going on?
Yeah, it's been crazy. I can say a bunch of things, but it's good. I think it's mostly just kind of getting back into there and just recording again. So I'm happy
Summer
to
has
kind
been
of be
taking the
back.
lunch in the podcast industry. Do you know that?
It's been hard. It's been hard. Yeah. Well, I feel like I
Yeah.
said when I moved here to the new apartment, I was going to record a lot more. I was going to schedule more. First I moved, right? Then I had all those interviews, and then my sister was here. But I feel like now it's like I don't want to make up any more excuses, or
You were
maybe
just
they were
playing game. Come
legitimate.
on. Come on. Let's be
So
honest.
I
You're
don't
just
know.
playing game.
No, no,
Gaming.
it's true though. It's true though. You know,
All right.
but I feel like kind
Interesting.
of jumping back in and talking about something that you want to talk about is hard to find as well.
It's true. It's true.
Like I can go on here and you can tell if it's not like a genuine topic. You can be like, oh, I don't really feel the chemistry and stuff. Tell me if I'm breaking up, by the way, because
You are.
sometimes, oh crap. So sometimes I don't want to come here and not sound genuine and not have the chemistry flowing and everything. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I wanted to kind of jump on and do it when it feels right, but I want to get kind of like a schedule, kind of like just keep recording, whenever we
Before we
feel
had
like
a
it.
schedule, and then you build out your freaking gaming laptop, and then we don't have a schedule anymore. So I blame on your gaming
Oh,
laptop.
was it after the PC?
Yeah, of
No,
course.
come on.
Before we had a
No.
schedule, like, do you remember like right when the lockdown happens, like in late March, we were doing like 2 interviews, 2 podcasts a week.
Yeah,
Remember
I
that?
remember that.
Yeah. And then you
Oh,
disappeared for like 2 months.
yeah. I feel like yeah,
Mm.
I don't I feel like it was easier to record when you like were like before the pandemic, before like you were like working from home and stuff, because I feel like we didn't see each other too much. I don't know, is that kind of weird?
Stop finding excuses, man. You're just finding excuses or excuses.
Well, I can't keep up with your schedule. Like you record like a lot,
I
and I
do
feel
every
like
day.
I
but
know.
but you don't have to do that. But I just
Yeah.
want to, because from my perspective, like gaming work, was giving you more entertainment compared to do the podcast, and that's okay. Like you don't need to, wing around different scenarios and trying to tell me it's not. Like it is what it is. I know, and that's
Well,
okay.
for me, I can't record at the pace that you record. Like personally, for me, I would just run out of things to talk about. But I want to record at least once a week or twice a week. With you, I want to do twice a week. For me, at least once a week for sure.
Sure, you have to
Because
log
Kevin,
into the podcast. You can post whenever you want to post. And I'm not
yeah.
like I'm not mad or anything. You do what what makes you happy. But by the end of the day, like if you want to do twice a week with me, sure, let's hit it. Why not?
I want to
Happy to.
try. I want to try get that goal again. I want to get motivated again. I want to feel that, that excitement to like turn on the computer and talk about stuff.
Good
I don't
segue. Good
that's
segue,
why
my friend.
that's why like when I was just thinking, just all these things that happened in the last few weeks kind of like made me think a lot of self-reflection because I thought I had everything like figured out, but I guess I don't, and
In
then
like
it's
what
like,
way though? Like in what way you think you have everything figured out, and in what way that what makes you realize that you don't?
well, in terms of my goals, right? Like the first thing is a job. I'm looking for different jobs, right? I'm thinking I can get a job right away. I can apply and just get something right away. I've done like around like I've applied for a lot of jobs, done 3 interviews, but I haven't got any callbacks. I've gotten I think 1 or 2 rejections so far. So it just kind of like uh, kind of puts the goals. I don't know, just kind of everything I plan isn't going as planned, right? So even Kevin, even my workout schedule. Remember that 5 times a week I was going to went down to twice a week, and now for the last 2 weeks I only went like once, I think.
Jesus Christ, what's happening,
Yeah,
Joe? For your tripping?
even with that, Kevin, I didn't even do anything. So I don't know. I feel like um, I kind of want to figure out what motivates me, right? I don't know what that is, right?
Why?
Um,
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I feel like I can't became too complacent. Maybe I just become too complacent and just kind of okay with how things are, right? But I don't want that. I want to push myself to learn different things. I want to learn stuff. I want to do different things. I don't want to just game every night and then that's all I do. I think it's good to do it if you have nothing else to do, if you like finish all your tasks for the day, you know, if you're like maybe kind of bored, then yeah, jump on. But like doing it every night, I just don't think it's like a healthy thing for me, you know?
Yeah, of course. Like as I me with you know, like how I position watching Netflix, right? I'm watching Peaky Blindness, right? Is that how you,
Oh yeah.
is that how you say it? This is
Peaky Blinders,
is
yeah.
ordered by the Peaky Blinders. Like you have to say it that way.
Oh, Peaky Blinders, yeah.
Like Peaky. I have to go like go like that.
Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
What is that? London?
Yeah, it's like I think it's
Industrial?
called Birmingham. So like they call themselves gypsies, which is like you know
Oh.
U.S. term. I don't know, like hillbilly or something. It's like a British
Oh, really?
gangster show. So I kind of treat it as like my reward after a good day. Like when I say my like a good day is I get all my routine done, meaning I journal, I meditate, I did my workout, I walk Hank, I I finished some serious reading, I took my bath, and I can relax, watch like a episode of the Peaky Blinders before I go to bed.
That's
Right.
good. That's good.
So I see it as like a reward. So it just depends on how you treat it. I'm totally agree with you that gaming is good, right? Like I still hop on my phone, play a round or two Call of Duty every day, just in the afternoon when I'm not doing anything, when
It's
I'm taking a
fine.
break, you know?
I
So,
think you know what's sad about it? I think the habits you built up are really great. And I think that's something I need to build up again is like a routine, right? And
yeah.
then the video games or the movies or the show is like a reward at the end of the day. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I feel like I think a few months ago, like my routine was exercise, podcasts, and like a little bit of video games, right? But then I dropped the podcasting, I dropped exercising recently, and it's like um, it's just been all gaming and stuff, you know. And I don't think that's a healthy thing to do, especially for me as well, right? So I'm trying to restructure everything, kind of see what I want to do, and I think I need to get a schedule going again, right?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing is that, saying that, you're routine driven is one thing, but I think the biggest thing that we're running into right now is like you were saying is motivation, right? Like,
Yeah,
because for me, for the listener that don't know, like Jofre, you can stop me if you want. Like the reason I I told you I apologize, right? Like do our like over the top conversation is that um from my perspective, you were not really taking your career seriously. You are not really taking the interview seriously. And I was reading a book, right? Ego, it's the enemy. I was just reading that book, and then
Ryan
you
Holiday.
had a big ego over there, and I just, I just saw that. Oh crap! I don't want my friend to like be like that, right? So I think the message was the right message, but my delivery sucks, right? So I'm gonna like again apologize to you on my record. Sorry, but from my perspective, yeah, like you're just taking everything in a way that what's the term? Um, yeah, I think complacency is a good word for it.
Yeah, and no, and I think it's good to have like that reality check in a way. I think the delivery was a little off because I feel like I'm not completely. Maybe you had a thing in your head saying like, oh, like I want to just make money because I feel like I'm better than everybody else, or maybe I deserve this, right? And it's not even that. It's just more like I feel like for me, kind of working through. A lot of my friends are like in like better positions than I am kind of working through like these 3 years and stuff in terms of marketing, right? You know, kind of like some people have gone to New York, some people are like have pretty good like jobs there. And so I feel like for me, that was like a big issue with some of the pay stuff, right? But for me, it's still like not even about the pay. Like I need right now is just the experience, right? So I think for me, like the biggest thing that I learned, like when we talked, was like I just kind of reevaluate kind of why I'm doing it, why I'm applying for this stuff, right? Because when I go in the interview and they ask me, why do you want the job? I say the generic stuff, right? And you can tell it's generic. It's like, oh, I want this job because I can be like a great fit for your company, or I can like, bring all this knowledge I have. But that's not genuine. That's just what everybody says. So it made me think about like why I really like want the job, It's like I want the job because I want to like progress and learn and become a manager one day, right? But it's like I need to do the hard work before that, right? So I feel like in this current job that I have, it's been super easy, kind of complacent, and I don't like that style anymore because I'm not learning anything anymore, right? So that's the main reason I want to move, right?
Yeah, that is
I'm
exactly
still applying, but I'm not gonna stress out about it.
okay.
Yeah.
So cool. I feel like we were trying to talk about personal motivation, and then we kind of are not talking about personal motivation.
Yeah, no. So I kind of want to go in there. What are your personal motivations? So I'll tell you an old one I had that doesn't motivate me anymore.
All right.
But it kind of does, but not anymore. But like I used to look at Conor McGregor videos before I went to the gym, and that used to motivate me. Yeah, it's super cheesy, but it worked. I used to watch the videos every time I wanted to go to the gym, and it just motivated me to want to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't as much anymore, and going to the gym is a lot harder. Um, and so I don't know. I need to find the thing that's going to motivate me to go again. So I kind of want
Yeah.
to hear some of your motivations.
I read a book a couple weeks ago. It's by Daniel H. Pink. It's just called Motivation, right? I wanted to do a podcast on it, share my findings, but it was all like I don't like Daniel Pink that much, so I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I recommend you pick up the book. So pretty much motivation breaks down to two parts, right? One is intrinsic motivation, and one is extrinsic motivation, right?
Okay.
So extrinsic motivation will be money, cars, women, possessions,
Video
iPad.
games.
Uh,
Light up keyboard for the PC.
yeah, right.
Speakers for the PC.
Yeah, the RGB stuff, right? So they actually done a study
RGB.
which I think are really interesting. Is that they say, okay, I need a favor from from a study, right? Like they do it for like the undergrad, they do it at a college level, right? And then they either do that, say, hey, I need a favor, or they say, okay, I can give you $20 for it for your troubles, right? So by the end of the day, every single time the person or the group that got compensated for their work, they are doing the same work, right? Whatever counting situation or moving boxes on like a screen, they're doing the same work, but the group doesn't really get compensated, actually perform the best, right? So it says a lot, right? Like I told you before, Jofre, I'm not motivated by money. It's probably because my family or middle class in China, we never had to worry about money. It probably because I am my habits in spending is saving first. So it could be that we don't like it's not my priority. Like if you say, hey, Kevin, help me do like this, or I switch up, I will pay you $5,000 more. That's not going to be my primary motivation for switching jobs,
Yeah.
right? So my question for you, knowing everything about motivation, is that is there something that you would do for no money? Like, is there something that's motivating for you enough that you can carry on no matter what, get a job done?
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to kind of find what I like to do. And I feel like I don't exactly know what yet I would love to do without like getting paid the money. I feel like when I was in high school, I loved filmmaking and films. So I wanted to become a filmmaker. So if I was poor and like doing that, I wouldn't mind doing that. Now I don't want to be a filmmaker anymore. I think for me would be just kind of running my own business, no matter what it is. I know I always talk about the e-commerce stuff. And it could be that maybe I could find love in just kind of being like my own boss and kind of doing that stuff. But I feel like it'd be maybe just be doing that, finding a brand. I do like marketing, doing marketing, but for a brand that I love, being part of the creative process, coming up with the logos, coming up with like the different, like the colorways, like the images, right? Working on the site, working on the promotion. I feel like that'd be really kind of cool to do, you
Then
know?
why you haven't pulled the trigger on any of the stuff? Like for me, for the last year or so, we talk about the bracelet idea. It's on the podcast. We talk about the soap idea. For the last little bit, you were talking about
I
the drop
know.
shaping. Any like what you haven't pulled the trigger any of those yet?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if it's like fear. It's got to be fear, but I'm like, is it fear because like I feel like I'm gonna fail? Is it fear because I'm gonna lose money in it? Because you always lose money starting
Of
something up,
course.
right? And I feel like it's just I don't know like how I'm gonna take the first steps. No one's kind of walking me through that in a way. So I think it's just kind of failure of like the fear of like kind of maybe failure, right? Kind of wasting your time, kind of doing something and putting all the effort and you're not going to get any return from it. I think that's one of the biggest things, right? So for me, it's like I'm waiting for that perfect like idea, that perfect like product, but I'm like I don't think there is a perfect,
Of course, it's
product.
not. Let me
So
let me ask you this, right? Like, to me, you're not that serious about it. Like that's just
fair.
that just the honest truth from a friend that know you for a lot for the last 5 years, 4 years. Jesus Christ, four
I
years.
knew I've known Rose for 3 years coming up, so that means I knew you for a year before. So 4 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Uh,
4 years.
like we always talk about this stuff, right? Like Peruvian bracelets, Amazon soap, right? The
Yeah.
drop shipping. And the pattern that I've seen is that every single time that we talk about those things is right after a trigger, right? For example, like the drop shipping example, it was right after um, I gave you the book, 4 Hour Work Week,
Good book.
right? Yeah, good book, but like there are other ways to do certain things. That book is a little bit more outdated. That's
Oh
my
yeah.
perspective, but it's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Um,
The core concepts are still pretty
yeah,
strong.
yeah. So
The
so
motivational
so
parts.
my point is, you are going through a phase. You are just letting whatever your perception, letting whatever flows into your radar dictates what you want to do. Deep down, you don't really have an idea. Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't really have a clear path of how are we going to get this through. Like how do I want in my next career, right? Like, do I really want to pursue a career in digital marketing? Do I really want to do that? Do I really want to do web development, right? I feel like
Yeah.
everything that you are doing, it just for like someone else, if that makes sense.
Um, I don't think it's for like other people. Like when I went to school because my parents wanted me to go to school, which is wrong, right? But then like when I graduated, I chose a career that I wanted to choose. I do like digital marketing. I that's my parents never told me to do digital marketing, or I never did it for other people. Um, for me, it's like I just need to have like I need to find the perfect role, I guess, within digital marketing. Maybe I'm still trying to find
Define a
if I want
perfect
to
role.
be do I want to like manage holistically SEO, paid ads, social media, or do I want to be just work in one area? Maybe just do paid ads. Do I want to work web marketing, right? Do I like more technology based stuff? What am I gonna? Because I feel like in a way, I like doing podcasting with you. I like I have a creative aspect to myself, right? But I don't know if it's necessarily like maybe like I'm not a good like good at art and stuff like that. So I don't think it would be that. But
Define a
I
perfect role.
perfect role, I would manage holistically, just kind of like paid ads. I would manage a little bit of the creative, a little bit of the promotion, like social, and then I guess some form like technical. So it could be some web, could be some SEO, but I can just sort of build that out. So,
Cool. How are you gonna get there?
so originally my plan was, okay, so I'm going to start out somewhere. I got thrown into the social media role. I know social media. I just need paid ads. I need SEO, and then I need analytics. Okay. I have two down. So I have two down, right? I have social media, I have SEO, and then now I just need paid ads, PPC promotions, manage budgets. Because if I work for a company, they need to see if I know how to manage large budgets for them. And then I need analytical stuff. But I feel like that would come with managing the budgets, right? Looking at the spreadsheets. So
Good.
those are, I need one or two more things. For me, what I think is right, what I think is the right route to become a manager. So I can do manager for maybe like an agency level, small company, and then I'll make my way up to, mid-sized company to eventually large company.
Good, good. I think
Stuff.
we're like getting somewhere. It's good to like kind of talk it out, right? Okay, cool, perfect. So we got that
Yeah.
established. Then
It's hard though. It's honestly one of the hardest things to do because it's like when you apply and then they're like, yeah, we found somebody else. And it's like, yeah, it's a little demotivating, honestly. It makes me want to like change career paths, right? But
into what?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if I like doing any of the stuff, unless it's starting my own business and just doing that my own self, teaching my own
Do you have
self
the
how to do
capital
that stuff.
to like lose? Do you have the capital to do that?
I have, I can save up for sure. I have
So
some
no.
capital, couple $100 to start out with, but
So no.
not too much stuff. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's kind of like what I'm getting after because we're getting deeper because I can feel that you are a little bit more down today than before, a little bit more shaggy than before, a little bit more, a little bit more like defeated,
That's what
right?
Rose said. Well, that's been me all week. That's been me all weekend.
Yeah,
So,
because that's why I told you even though my delivery sucks over the FaceTime call, but everything that I told you was something that you need to hear because here's the thing, right? Is that um, getting defeated is a hard to handle, right? Like like you're talking to a guy who are saying hi to people in a Sam's Club, like getting told people. I cannot talk right now. People told me no like hundreds of times a day, right? I know it's tough,
yeah.
and the thing is that there are a couple of ways to go around that, right? So first of all, your goal to become a manager, that's great, but the thing is that how are you developing yourself personally to know to even know what you want, right? I'll give you a quick example, right? So I listened to this Tim Ferriss podcast. There's an episode on coach reveling. Do you know who that is? No.
Cool. No,
So do you know who Michael Jordan is? Do you know who Michael Jordan is?
of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
He kind of helped Michael Jordan sign with Nike to the Jordan brand. That is a big
Oh,
achievement.
really?
But there's other things, and he is a ferocious reader. I will send you something that he did a little podcast with Ryan Holiday, your favorite.
I think
In
you
the
sent me it. I think you sent me that podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, in the podcast, here's what Coach Reveling is saying, right? So like he is an older gentleman. He's African American. He's in the 82 right now. I think 84. He's like, yeah, he's a ferocious reader, right? So he's like, the reason that I become a ferocious reader is because my grandma told me that before, when people are owning slaves in the U.S., the slave owner will hide money in the books. Let me ask you this. Do you know why they will hide money in the books?
Yeah. So, because they never read books. That's why.
Yeah, because a slave, if you're African American, you don't read, then why would you bother to flip through the books? Right? So
Yeah.
so in a way that the thing I want to get through to you, Jofre, is this, is that when people control your mind, in this case, it's not really people. Maybe it's going to be social media. Maybe it's going to be Instagram or your family or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your other friends, right? When something or somebody control your mind, they control your body, right? So
Hmm.
that's why I've been trying to really pay attention to what kind of information I'm taking in and what kind of input I'm taking in, because I wanted to avoid that. And that's why I've been like reading books like crazy doing for the last couple of months, pumping out podcasts daily, because I want to be able to make sure that I can have more perspective than what's the news telling me, or what's my news cycle, or what's Twitter telling me, or Instagram are telling me. Like
Yeah.
somebody posting a Black Lives Matter post that doesn't have any photos on it, that just shows them that they're woke. No, they are doing it because everybody else is doing it,
Yeah.
right? Like, so that is my point, is that I think you reach a point, Jofre, that we need to talk about personal development instead of goals or motivation, because I think goals or more
Yeah.
motivation will line up after you get there personally, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, and that makes sense. I feel like I've been liking in terms of more the mental aspect of the personal development. There's also physical. I feel like physical is a big part of it too. Um, but I think I can get back in the routine of exercising, doing my Muay Thai classes, just feeling good about my body. But I think it's just the mental aspect, man. I just need to find different sources of inspiration, because I feel like I've lost those sources of
Okay.
inspiration,
Let's say you want to
right?
change for tomorrow. What would you do differently tomorrow compared to today?
Today,
Like, what will you do
um,
tomorrow to like get tough mentally, like the Kevin Hart movie?
get
Get
tough.
tough mentally.
Um,
Yeah.
I think I'd maybe just like read a little bit more, you know. Um, I kind of want to, I don't know. I think just learning different things, keeping my mind busy. If I don't keep my mind busy, then I'm
How
just
do
gonna
you learn?
like,
Getting talking to friends on a Snapchat is quote unquote learning. Watching Netflix is learning. Is occupying your mind. Like how?
I feel like just actual like doing work, right? If I want to do like the e-commerce business thing, I need to go in, I need to read, I need to contact different suppliers, right? Different people that work through that. If I want to do the web development website, I need to like take the courses that I have, still to finish, right? I need to read, I need to watch videos, I need to like practice certain things, put it into practice mostly. So that's what I would do kind of differently, you know?
That's kind of general. So like, what will you do tomorrow to get started?
I don't know. I have my Muay Thai class tomorrow, so I'm going to do that for sure.
Okay. What about mentally?
Mentally, I'll probably read the Osho book. I'm halfway through.
Okay.
Do that a little bit. That's all I have right now on top of my head.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking about meditation and stuff, but I'm still like kind of reluctant to it. I don't know.
Why?
Because I feel like, I don't know. Do you really find benefit from like sitting down with your own thoughts and kind of like having no distractions around you, right? Like what does that bring to you, do you have clarity that you can think more clearly, kind of organize your thoughts, like what does it bring to you? Because I've heard a lot about meditation from different people, um but I don't know if like it would really help me, or maybe it would, but maybe you can tell me more about that.
Okay. First of all, I've done a lot of podcasts on mindfulness, and you should go back and listen to those first. And I will send you something right after the conversation. It's a guided meditation program by Sam Harris. You can have the first month for free, and they have a course. They have a 50-day course.
Sam Harris,
Yeah,
Wake Up.
yeah. So I will send you that
Yep.
afterwards. So here's my
i've
thoughts on
heard of i've heard of i've heard of Sam Harris.
Yeah, here's my thoughts on meditation, right? And I think it's going to help you now. I think about it now. Now you brought it up. I think it's going to be a good step, and here's why. Stop me if you want. If you want to, anything that doesn't make sense or ask questions.
Yeah.
Um, Meditation for me serves as a purpose where I can jump from being Kevin to somebody observing Kevin. Um, I will. I am less likely to have whatever is happening to me, happening to my mind, guide me through my actions.
You want to be in
Um,
control of your mind.
yeah.
You don't want
For
your mind to be
example,
in control of you, pretty much.
yeah. And
Right.
I think that's super applicable for you is that um, when you're practicing mindfulness meditation or guided meditation by Sam Harris, what's going to happen is um, you are asked to have no thought, right? Any thought that might come into mind, then you are supposed to have a practice to observe it and let it pass by, right?
Yep.
An example that Sam Harris always use is when you're on the road, when somebody cut you, cut into your lane, and then they just, get in front of you, instead of getting road rage, then you can step away from that by okay, cool, that guy might be in a hurry or something, then so you don't let it affect you that much, right? So
You kind of give things a second thought. You kind of be more aware, more mindful of what's going on and stuff.
who's in the background?
Did you see that?
Yeah,
It's like a
ghost.
ghost. What is that? That freaked me out too. I was like, what is that?
So yeah, for me, I'll give you a quick example,
I mean,
right?
that makes sense though. The mindfulness part makes sense. Being more aware makes more sense for sure.
Yeah, and you get more in tune with your emotions. For example, right, Hank, um, this happened probably like a month ago.
Yeah.
Hank, so when I first got Hank, he will bark nonstop. Like when we are playing, when we stop play, and he will just sit there and he will just bark like 10, 12, maybe 25 times in a row. He will not stop, right? And now he's actually getting better, learning better manners. Before he didn't have any manners at all, right? So there was just one time, when a dog barks at you 24/7, you are supposed to not respond to it. But a study has shown that whenever uh, dogs are barking at you, it elevates your blood pressure. It causes you to stress physically, right? So I flip out on Hank. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm not proud of it, but the
It's
point
normal.
is, yeah,
It's
what
normal though,
happened
right?
was I pulled up his collar. I say, "Hey, calm down," and I started to have a very angry noise, like me, Kevin. Like I don't really do that, right? And right after that, I feel that I start feeling that emotion that was wrong, right?
Yeah.
So I started to be extra nice to Hank that day, and because I recognize that, right? Same thing with our conversation after the FaceTime call, after your interview. I recognized that afterwards. I was like, crap, like I just flip out on Jofre. I shouldn't have. It was a sucky delivery, right? I just couldn't control myself, and that's normal. Like even though I like to think myself as a mellow guy who is meditating for the last year and a half, but like it still
Yeah.
happens. Right? It depends on what your trigger is. So the
That's
more you
true though.
do that,
I
or
think it's important to identify your triggers as well. I think that's a big thing
yeah,
personally, just for everybody, right? Because I have different ones. You have different ones. Rose has different ones. So
yeah, and
that's good, actually.
for me, my trigger is I don't want to see the people that I'm friends with or I cared about deteriorate.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Maybe deterioration is it's a bad word for it, but what I mean is I don't want to see my friend, my family, people that I'm close with, people that I care about do something that might be detrimental to their success. Let's put it that way,
Makes sense. Yeah.
right? So, but still, there's no excuse that I shouldn't flip out on you or Hank. But the more meditation that I do, the better that I will be in that regard.
Yeah, no, and that's definitely like a good thing to sort of notice, right? Like if you do something, if you feel like you did something wrong, to maybe like fix that. Because I feel like us discussing this is better than like us flipping out on each other. Uh,
Of course.
for me, but at the same time, Kevin, I'm pretty sure like even if you meditate, people meditate, there's still gonna be days where you're not perfect, right?
Of
Like I
course.
know, like I listen to my Moy, you know that guy I follow on Patreon, the
Yeah,
Sugar
the
Sean guy.
sugar daddy thing, the sugar cane.
Yeah, sugar daddy, sugar sugar Sean. Yeah,
Sugar
he's
Sean.
cool because the coach is like a really big part, and he trains him not physically, but he trains him mentally as well. So
Right.
he follows Sam Harris. That's how I know about Sam Harris, because he talks about it all the time,
Yeah.
meditating, practicing. He practiced like he eats a lot of like vegan foods and stuff, so he's really good with his nutrition, and
Yeah.
I like that. But he even said that he has off days too. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's just bettering yourself. It's just
Yeah.
trying to better yourself.
And here's a common misconception people have about meditation is that, oh crap, like my mind just like races 24/7. I can never sit down. It's like, yeah, everybody does that, right? And people think, oh crap, I'm supposed to sit here without any thoughts, and then I'm thinking about what I'll be having for lunch. I'm a failure. No, you're just normal. That is actually supposed to happen, right? And a good analogy, I think I talked about this with you before, is a bicep analogy, right?
Bicep.
Yeah, whenever we're like working out, we're going to the gym, you want to work on the bicep or chest or muscle, like you see like the bulges, right? So do you want to see that bulge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that means you're working out the right muscle. So in the realm of practicing meditation, what do you think is the bulge? Like, what kind of experiences or what kind of thing that will happen that tells you, okay, I'm doing the right thing in terms of meditation?
Like, what kind of results do I want from the meditation, or what I want to
What
happen during?
what kind of things that happen that can constitute the bulge when we are thinking in the realm of meditation as an analogy for working out physically?
So I kind of want, if I were to meditate, I want to like gain clarity. I want to gain calmness from it.
Yeah. So what is the direct
Maybe,
result of the bulge? Right? What can you attribute that to?
well,
Is it
you get more, you
is
you
it like a tough
accomplish
question?
you accomplish more things during your day. You have maybe a schedule. For me, it's
I
really
no,
hard
I
for me
mean
to
a
have a set
direct,
schedule.
like the direct effect. Okay, let me just tell you, right?
Yeah.
Having thoughts into your mind is kind of like doing a bicep curl when you are working out. That is a bulge, because
Okay.
without you having thoughts, when you are supposed to meditating, supposed to have no thoughts, if you don't see the bulge, if you don't see the thoughts coming into your mind, then you're not meditating. You are just there with your arms straight, having no thought, having no thought. Whenever the thought
Um,
come in, boom, you see something, and then you can go back to the state where your arms are flat. That's meditating for you.
okay.
So
So
most people
that's what
are
I'm scared
scared.
about.
Hmm?
That's what I'm scared about. That
Yeah.
if I
So
sit there meditating, I don't want it to like just become a habit.
yeah, and that's okay, right? And most people,
I don't want it to become something I'm bored about. Something I don't want it to become something I'm bored about. Just kind of something I have to do. I want to do it. I want
yeah,
to be able to want to do it.
yeah, and that's why most people, they have the mental hurdles that crap, like I have a thought in my mind and I'm done, I'm finished, I'm a bad meditator. No, everybody has that. Like, for me, I meditate every single day. It's in a routine, and I still sometimes have thoughts, and especially with Hank by myself. Like when Hank are moving around, I say, oh crap, what is Hank doing? Right? Is he gonna, like chew my tea cups or chew my tea, chew my tea set, right? Like it
Yeah.
still happens, and that's normal, right? So the
Yeah.
biggest thing for beginner meditation is have somebody guide you, which I just send you the guided meditation through the course. And secondly, just don't have that much pressure on it. Just if you can do it for 5 minutes and do it for five. If you cannot do it for 10, then don't do it for 10. Pause it. And the biggest thing is you need to get in the habit of doing it every single day instead of trying to achieve some kind of a nirvana on day one, if that makes sense.
Well, that's like a bad mindset to have though, because if you feel like doing it one time, I feel like you'll never have that nirvana. I feel like that's just you're always going to be searching for that. But trying to make yourself a better person, I feel like that's something I would want to go for more.
I don't follow. What do you say? What kind of a
So
mindset is bad?
no, no, no. So I'm saying I don't think there's a nirvana. I don't think there's a perfect mindset you can have where
Yeah,
100% of the
agree.
time, 100% of the time you're going to be calm. You're going to know the right thing to say. You're not going to
Yeah.
like freak out, right? I feel like it's more like kind of bettering yourself and more of like how you perform every day or how you sort of think every day. I think that's the benefit
Yeah.
I want to get if I were to meditate, right?
Yeah, that is exactly my point. Is that nobody should expect you to reach some kind of an enlightenment of like on like day one. You know, like
Yeah,
having a
yeah.
couple of
It
thoughts
takes
and
years.
yeah, having a couple of thoughts entering your mind, big deal. We all have it happen to us every day. It's
Yeah.
okay, you know.
Yeah, well, maybe Kevin, maybe even doing the meditation will help me kind of find what motivates me, because
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that is. I have things that I like to do, um, so maybe that will kind of help me, right? Maybe kind of reevaluate my values, right? I know a very strong value that I know for sure that I have are like loyalty to my friends, to my family. I want to keep very strong loyalty to people around me, right? I think respect is a big one too for me. I respect other people; they respect me. The third one I'm still trying to figure out, but those are two, pretty big ones.
Is that what
Because when
you told them on the interview last Friday?
I told them, but I didn't tell them right away. I kind of was like, "Oh, let's think about it for a sec." I mean, I like my friends, like I value that. And then I was like, "Oh, loyalty for sure, respect." Um,
How did they phrase the question?
but I'm never.
How did they phrase the question? Just wondering.
They said what are three values that like no one can take away from you, no matter what you do, that you live by. And I didn't have anything off the top of my head, right? But so I thought about it through the weekend, through a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
Loyalty for sure, respect, and I know I have more, but I just kind of want to figure out what they are. But I kind of want to see what kind of values you kind of have, you know,
Um,
you
what
live
kind of a
by
value that would take away that cannot be taken away from me?
ever.
Um,
No money, no nothing, no job.
um, I will probably say that first of all is my ability to communicate. In terms of getting through my team or getting through my coworker, my friends, and my family, and I really value open communication as a culture, right? Secondly, action. Whatever I see fit, whatever I do in a certain situation, if it makes sense for me, I will do it. I will just pull the trigger. I really don't care what other people think about me. I really don't care what other people think. Oh, Kevin is doing this. He must be feeling this. I don't care, right? Lastly, to answer your question, Mr. Interviewer, um, I will probably say like open-mindedness, um, because I I recognize that for a person to be open-minded, it really serves them well in the long term in terms of getting through different perspective and getting really a holistic view on a certain issue, and like kind of go hands in hand with being an open communicator in a way that a person's mind can be changed or a person's perspective can be changed, and that can be life altering because a mind once stretched cannot return to its original form, right? So I always looking for open-mindedness in me or in other people, asking, hey, why do you say that? What kind of a perspective that you have? Share it with me. Maybe I will change, right? So
Yeah,
maybe that's something that I haven't thought about it. So that's my three values.
those are good. Those are
How did I do, huh, Mr.
good.
Interviewer? How did I do? That was on the fly too.
You did great. You did great. Isn't that a deep question though?
Yeah,
Like, how
that's
the heck
why.
am I supposed to prepare for that? I prepared about your budget size for an ad.
Yeah, that's why I told you on the FaceTime call, like before you oversaw interview, trying to help you out, is that most people, they don't care about technical stuff. Like it's trainable, it's teachable. What they care about who you are as a person and who you are as a person can fit into a work culture, right? Like that's why I told you on the Facebook on the FaceTime call that you need to be able to prepare cultural questions and leadership questions. That's what they
Yeah,
care about.
that's you're kind of cutting out for some reason. I don't know if it's mine or whatever, but no, and that's right. I feel like I came off too. I was super Hello? Oh, can you hear me?
Are we
I
good?
was
Yeah.
super nervous. And then when I
Hmm.
get nervous, I usually come off very serious. I like to get myself very serious because that's when I focus very good, when I'm
Hmm.
in a very serious mode. But I feel like a lot of people don't know that until they get to know me better, how I am. I'm a little kind of more introverted for sure. And it's hard for me to sort of express myself, right? So I was not comfortable in the interview. I couldn't think clearly. And I feel like when people look at me, I have like you know what a RBF is?
Resting bitch face.
Yeah. And so it's a monotone like look, and it's
We all
hard for me
have.
to like,
I'm.
yeah,
I'm in the same
yeah,
boat
yeah. I mean, like you do a little bit, but it's not like bad. It's not terrible, right?
because I
But
went through a transformation. Like before I joined my roadshow job, I was like you. Like you saw me at a college class, right? I was, more a stock up. I was more indifferent, right? And then with a sales job or with sales training, was recruiting training. I learned, I practiced, I failed a whole lot in terms of making a connection with a person, right? And I
yeah,
think for like most people, this is kind of like a higher level in terms of talking with people or in terms of acing an interview. Is you have to build a good relationship with the interviewer. You have to be able to
yeah,
make him laugh or make her laugh. You have to be able to make sure that they are they are they are your friends, right? My Wayfair interview, I'm not trying to brag or like anything. Um, they were my
humble
friends by the
brag,
end of it. Hmm?
humble brag.
Yeah, they were my friends by the end of it, right?
Yep.
And the interviewer told me that like all your questions are challenging because I want them to be challenging. I want myself to like stand out in a way that they will remember me, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of how small or how trivial the job is, like I need to make friend with the interviewer for me to stand out, and that is a skill
Oh, of course.
that I need practicing, right?
Oh, for sure.
So
I need to practice. I need to get better at that for sure.
yeah, so I recommend in the beginning just to be more social with people, right? Just I smell more, say how are you doing, chit chat with a person. That's pretty much 80% of the work in any sales conversation or business to customer conversation is hey how's it going. That's it.
Yeah, and
Oh.
I blame the quarantine first of all because I haven't interacted with people. No, I'm just
Eh,
um, and yeah, that's something I need to work on for sure. But yeah, it's good that I had a bad interview because it taught me a lot.
right, and now it
So
got you thinking about your own personal values and personal growth and whatnot, so
it really kind of put it into perspective. I feel good. I feel like it's a good thing to have. So gonna try to restructure stuff. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try the meditation app that you sent me or the link you sent me.
yeah,
See
just
how
sign up for
that
a free
is.
trial for like a month and then just do the guided meditation, the lesson every single day. Or
Yeah,
you can do two in a day if you want, if you're an overachiever. And let me know what you think, and I can kind of walk me through because I went through the same thing, and I went through the portion that I don't feel like meditating. I went through the portion that I'm a very gung ho about meditating. I went through the portion that I want to do it when I'm walking, do it when I'm in the sauna. So I'm still a novice in meditation, but a lot of stuff that you're going to go through is probably I probably already gone through it. So we can chat about it for sure. So
yeah. No, I mean to me you're an expert, man, because I haven't even meditated. So
yeah, try out. We'll see.
okay, awesome, dude. Sounds
All
good.
the other tools are in your toolbox right now. It just depends on if you're gonna utilize it or not. So
Dang, that's good. That's a
yeah,
that's a good thing. That
yeah,
is true, huh? Yeah. I always forget. Like I feel like a lot of people. I don't really take things for granted because I don't. But I feel like a lot of people would maybe want to be in my position, your position. It's like, especially living in different countries, they don't have the access to like different
Yeah,
opportunities that we do,
yeah,
it's like you kind of forget like sometimes you just want more and more and more, and it's
yeah,
like I feel like sometimes you're good with just what you have,
yeah, and
it's
and
like you don't
and
need more stuff.
and I kind of want to share this too. Kind of maybe it will help you out or not. Like the reason that I've been reading a whole lot. It's just that Naval. Do you know who Naval is? Naval Lessons. I have done a couple podcasts on the.
Yes,
The
yes,
it's
yes.
a Indian fella. He says something that's really profound about reading, and that's kind of like my like guiding north star right now. Is that um, reading is kind of like a Trump skill, not like the President Trump, but like like the TRIUMP, like a skill that will override other skills.
Yep.
It's kind of like teaching you how to learn, like teaching you how to obtain information. And I totally stand by my statement is that every single day, every single minute, you have access to everything that you need. And whenever there's a will, there is a way, right? Especially right now, you don't have any excuse not knowing everything about, let's say, wine or drop shipping, right? Or coffee making, because I've been thinking about getting into coffee grinding and cooking. I've been doing research on what kind of a good coffee YouTube channels are out there, like learning more about
Ooh.
how to make espressos, right?
Yeah.
So there's no excuse. It just, if your will is strong enough, if it's not, and and that's it. That's kind of what I want to leave you with today. Is that if you are in a situation that is so uncomfortable for you, then you will change. If you're a situation where you think, oh, I can get by, I can follow my freaking unmotivated boss for another year, then you will not change,
Yep.
right? As a friend, I told you everything. I'm telling you, even though it's a sucky delivery, I send you the books. You already have Ego, It's the Enemy. I recommend you read it right away. Probably gonna
Oh,
solve a lot of problem.
I don't have ego yet. I want to read ego in a physical book. I'm gonna
Okay,
buy it because I just want
then
to own all the books and
get
stuff.
the books, because Ego is the Enemy is probably the one that's most relevant to your situation right now. Um,
We'll
yeah,
see. I think they're yeah. I feel like maybe ego a little bit. Want to learn a little bit more about it. Um, and then I still have stillness. I haven't finished stillness, but doing that. I like the Osho book a little bit more than stillness.
yeah, sure. Then read
It's a little
that, right?
different.
Like, but everything is at your fingertip, man. You have the Kindle. You can get the books like right away. You don't even need to wait for shipping. And we'll see, right? When
Yeah,
there's a
man.
way, when there's a will, there's a way. So
Oh yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. I'm gonna try it out, man. Trying to restructure kind of everything. Live by the values. I kind of want to live by my values a little bit more. Um,
yeah, but you have to
you
figure
know,
out what your values actually are. Loyalty, and what else did you say?
respect.
Respect.
Yeah.
Those are good, but those are kind of not specifics to an interviewee. Because if I hear it from an applicant,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that person probably did not really think too deeply about that. Kind of just got like blindsided like a little bit, which is okay, right? Like we all have to think about it like a little bit, but um, yeah,
It's a delivery too, I think. Delivery as well. It's just a mixture of things, man. That it was kind of crazy in there, Kevin. It was like it was in Provo. It was hot. I was wearing the suit. It was
you're just not ready. That's
it
that's
was
what it is.
it was okay. I mean, it happens. I'm human. You're human.
Yeah,
But that's why I like it because we're always growing, right? As humans, we're always like
yeah.
learning.
And it is an
So
exciting time too, like kind of see or like witness your like personal growth, and
yeah,
and we'll see how far it will take us in the terms of uh, personal development or self growth or um, self help. I freaking hated that word, but self help is helping yourself get
yeah.
better,
Let's
improve.
do it.
And I'm in the
I'll do
same
it.
boat too, right?
Yeah,
So,
I like it, man.
all right, anything else?
No, that's everything for me. I need to get more comfier chairs, man. That my butt's like hurting and stuff.
Your like fancy patio furniture, it's not holding up anymore.
I got this metal chair.
There you
It's
go.
not comfortable after like what, an hour?
Yeah, 50, 55 minutes.
That's pretty
Pretty
good.
much.
Yeah, it's a nice it's pretty nice out here. The view.
Yeah,
I just need like a better chair or something, I think.
cool.
Check it out.
Oh, your fancy new apartment overlooking the mountains and whatnot.
It's way better than the other one.
Yeah, the other one you're just seeing a deserted parking lot named Winkle
And the Burger
and
King
Burger King. Right,
and the Taco Bell.
right.
All right, man. It's good talking to you though.
Yeah, it's good. Good. Hop on the podcast, have a long form conversation. So, let me know how the meditation thing will like help you. Anything you need, you reach me, and we'll go from there.
For sure, dude. Let's do that.
All right, cool. This is Kevin signing off.
This is Jofre signing off.
All right, see you guys.